Good afternoon, everybody. It's 5 o'clock, and you know what that means. It is time for a See-Wit session. What's a See-Wit session? I'm so glad you asked. A See-Wit session is a pop-up interview in a pop-up location with a surprise guest. Surprise! I am here with my longtime friend all the way back to elementary school, Mr. Kenneth Gober of Gober Family Singing fame. Ken is home on family business, and we decided to connect. For those of you who get the See-Wit sauce, you probably saw the story about Ken in there and the new single he released in honor of our dear late friend Jay McKnight and my buddy. And so I thought, why don't we taste some popcorn and talk about what's been going on with your career, and particularly this single you just released. So welcome.
Welcome. I think
you gotta just start off with the popcorn, y'all. I love it.
I'm kind of hungry. I've been running all day.
So what kind is that?
So I got the dill, spicy dill.
Oh, I see the little.
It got a little kick to it, but it is pretty good.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
So we're at Popcorn World while you finish munching on that. 2560 Garfield Street right here in Gary, Indiana. And you know I always pop up here and bring about pop-up guests, and they taste popcorn. But this is the first time, I believe, that our guests just went right in. We're not talking about mute. Oh, it's gone.
The more you eat it, the spice dies down. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, you're good. You're good.
Good.
No, this is why we are here. I love to talk to my Gary natives who have gone out into the world, made good, made us proud, but never forget about home, because your parents are still here and family.
Yes, definitely.
So what's going on with Ken Gober Music?
Oh, not too much, but a little bit. I'm just some new music, a brand new single. It's entitled Either Way. It's on all digital platforms. And as you referenced too, the song is kind of in tribute to my homeboy, and a lot of you guys know him and grew up with him. His name was Jimmy McKnight.
Yes. 2 streets over from me.
Yeah, that's right. 2 streets over. Ernie Powell. We grew up together, and so I just wanted to. The last couple of years of his life, we always talked. And I just want to do something just to say, number one, he was here, but also the song is a tribute to his faith.
And what's the name of the song? The
song is entitled Either Way, and basically it basically says that if you're going through a storm, it doesn't have to be an illness or a terminal illness, but if you're going through a storm, know that either way, God is on either side, right? And God is constant. And no matter what happens, if you believe in him, he's got your back.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we know that Jay is now resting in his eternal arms. He's definitely was a friend of the family. And I made sure that I got over to see his sisters and his mom during the time of bereavement. But we know that feeling doesn't go away. He will forever live in our hearts. And I think that a song is a perfect way to pay tribute. In your press kit, you talk a little bit about the lyrics. And did you write the song? How did it come about?
So it came about. So probably the last 18 months or so that Jay was still here. He was in Orlando, and before he came back home to Gary, we would talk at least 4 or 5 times during the week.
Okay.
And I would always end our conversation with, "Hey man, so what you want me to pray for this week?" Right? And he would always come back and say, "Gob," and they call me Gob. He said, "Gob, man, I'm cool, man. Regardless, as long as God gives me strength, I'll keep fighting." But he didn't say either way, but he said, "Man, but regardless, I know whose I am." Right? And after he passed, I'm back and forth from Charlotte, North Carolina to Nashville. Okay. And I was in Nashville in a writing session with a producer friend of mine, and he just asked me, "Man, what's on your mind?" I said, "Man, I just lost a good friend of mine, and I kind of want to just write something." And we just kind of sat there for a while and just kicked a few things around. And then it really didn't kick in until, it was 3 writers on the song.
Okay.
And he called a good friend of his, which is actually a top 20 country artist. His name is Jackson Mickelson. And he called and said, "Hey man, we're writing a song. We stuck on this line. And Jackson is a Christian too. He just jumped right in, and
So that's how it works.
we wrote it. That's how they do it in
You
Nashville.
call and say, I'm stuck on this line. I could say, Alyssa, I'm stuck on this line. I need a sentence. Just jump in. She said,
And he and just one sentence, and that just opened the floodgates from the idea of how do we match what Jay went through and his strength, though.
I love it.
Yeah.
I can see his face now. He has those bright eyes, and he just was
Green.
always, those green eyes. You know, we love the green eyes. And he was just always so pleasant, and we do know that he was definitely a man of God.
Yes, he was.
And he faced cancer head on, and he was like, don't feel sorry for me. He said, I lived a good life, and I'm still living life, and I'm going to live it to the end.
And that's what he said. And you know what? The interesting thing, you mentioned songwriting. The interesting thing about songwriting that I didn't really realize until now I'm in it. Sometimes you write a song for a specific reason. Sometimes a song just comes up. And sometimes you write a song not knowing that the song is for you. And
ministers to you.
Yeah, it ministers to me, because although Jay, it hit home because Jay is my homeboy, but I'm home now because my mom is sick and ill right now, and
we gotta pray for her too.
We'll pray for her, and we don't know which way it's going to go now.
Either way.
And the song has been ministered to me. I didn't expect it from that perspective, but
that's how God works.
Yeah, that's how God works. And the lyrics are awesome. I hope it blesses. The reason to write it was to bless and touch. I went by Miss McKnight's house about 4 months ago before it was released, when we first did the first version, and I just told her I just wanted her to listen to it to see if we did a good job of justice, and she
it's
loved
a beautiful
it.
song.
Yeah, thank you.
So you got to tell everybody how to get it. I know they're waiting with bated breath, like, okay, how do I find it? Where do I download it?
Well, it was just released last Friday. You can find it on all digital platforms. I mean, that's the Spotify, iTunes, Pandora. One of the biggest things we would love for you to do is to go and stream it. If you stream on Spotify, stream it on Spotify. You can download it, but streaming is the big thing right now. And next Friday, we went to Vegas and shot a video, so we will be releasing on YouTube a premiere of the video either way.
I told you all I was interviewing a celebrity. I did a teaser earlier. We shot a video in Vegas. I love it, and we're so proud of you. So can you go back and talk a little bit more about, since you left Gary, what your path was and how you got into music? Well,
as you know, being with Miss Phillips at the Ernie Powell Choir.
Norma. Oh, let me stop. Mrs. Phillips.
And then moving to Charleston for my home girl, Miss Vincent, is my favorite teacher. And then going to Roosevelt to Miss Brooks. Music has always been in a part of my life. And some of you guys may know, but my dad, Cliff Gober, he sang around the city in Chicagoland forever. But just a quick story, just kind of my testimony a little bit. After finishing college and coming back home from school, I got into some stuff, some bad stuff. And by 1991, I found myself struck out on drugs. So I was on crack and running the streets. And once the Lord changed my life, He reminded me that music was something that He put in me. And in 92, I think 92 or 93, I moved to Atlanta, and probably from that point on, for like almost 20 years, I was doing a lot of what we call gigging musicians. So I did a lot of overseas stuff.
Oh, nice.
And did a lot of, used to work on cruise line and work overseas and do a lot of stuff. But that was the blue collar.
Okay.
But that just kept me in the music. It kept my life straight and on the right path. And then some years later, we were in Vegas. I was working in Vegas. And then a few years later, in the 2000s, the Lord just said, okay, it's time for you to do something for me. And kind of,
He will let you know.
Yeah, he'll stop you in your tracks and let you know. And then I just started, my first project was, it's still on iTunes. It's called Soul of a Man, The Journey, 2008. And just from then on, I've just been doing some music and doing singles. But when I moved to Nashville a couple years ago, just kind of the doors opened up a little bit more for me. So
that's a music town for sure.
it is.
Well, we are so proud of you, Ken. I got a
is.
couple of things to tell you. There's a restaurant in Gary, Jay's Breakfast Club, another one of my
I've been
clients.
there.
Yes. So she is hosting an event coming in June called This is Gary, and we're calling all of our Garyites to come for this 5-day celebration, and she's looking for singers.
Hey.
So I promised her that I would drop a word, drop a seed, and I have the flyer, and we'll talk offline.
And I can get some breakfast too?
You can totally... It's a deal. Cheap date. Look at if I can get some breakfast. So that's one.
Okay.
Number two, I want everybody to know where you're headed right after this, because we're going to debut your single on Gary's own WGVE.
WGV, my boy Carl.
88.7. Yes, Carl is waiting for you. It's the Back in the Day Block Party radio show. And so we're doing a little mini tour in Gary today. I am so glad you took the time to talk to me. What was that flavor you tasted again?
This was the spicy dill.
Spicy dill pickle.
But I'm going to get some of the regular dill and some of that salt and vinegar. If y'all ain't had that, y'all need to come down.
We need to come down. Okay, well, come down to 2560 Garfield Street right here in Gary, Indiana. I want to shout out the owners, my clients and my friends, Nina Burton, LeBaron Burton. They always let me use their spot as a platform to promote businesses. You know that's what I'm about, Ken.
I know, girl. You working it.
And in promoting our Gary natives, because there are positive things in people who come out of our city. And we have to support one another. We have to.
Definitely.
And so, again, tell everybody where the name of the single and where to stream it.
Okay, so the name of the single is Either Way. That's Ken Gober, Either Way. All of your media platforms, but Spotify is one of the biggest ones. You can go to iTunes Music, Amazon, Pandora, iHeart. And if you're watching this from South Carolina, Florida, a few other cities, it's playing now on a lot of the Christian stations.
Nice. I'm headed to Myrtle Beach in a few
And it's playing on 88.7. I'll let you know in Myrtle Beach.
So I'll take a break from the ocean and I'll come in and try to tune in. But in the meantime, you need to tune in at 88.7 FM WGVE. We're headed over there. I think I'm going to broadcast live from there too.
Okay, cool.
For those who missed this video, we're just going to do this little media thing. But I also ask you, Mother's Day is coming up.
Yes.
You can go ahead and shop here. Popcorn makes a great gift. They do the tins. Mom would love some popcorn. You can mix the flavors. And if you don't live in the area, guess what, Ken? You can order online.
Oh, you can order online.
Go to, doingtheworldofFlavor.com. Again, that's doingtheworldofFlavor.com. They have more than 250 flavors.
Wow.
So you got to keep coming back and keep trying different ones. But I'll tell your wifey, if she's watching, he's getting your popcorn.
Yeah, because she wants
Okay,
that.
he's getting your order when we're done, and then we're going to head on over to WGVE. Is there anything else you want people to know?
You know, and my wife will kill me, yes.
Okay.
KenGoberMusic.com. Go to KenGoberMusic.com. You can find out other things about me. We have a series on YouTube called Making It Independent.
Okay.
But definitely KenGoberMusic.com.
Ken Gober, that's Gober, Gober. Go get it. Go. Thank you so much. This has been another CWIT session, a pop-up conversation in a pop-up location with a surprise guest who happens to be a great friend of our family, and a great Gary native. You are representing us well, sir. And I ask that you share this video and follow us on over to WGVE. You can stream it live if you go to GarySchools.org. I've been your host, Chelsea Whittington. Who you with? CWIT. Out. I'll see you later.